What's up? Big Kirk 916. Positivity, motivation. Go to bigkirk916.com and pick you up some merch. Grab you a shirt or grab you a hat because I know you're not average. Or grab you a bar of soap and wash your ass so you're not walking around stinking. Also, share the channel, subscribe to the channel. Our next men's panel will be July 30th, 1 p.m. Pacific time, private Zoom. If you want to get in on the private Zoom men's panel, shoot me an email at info.bigkirk916@gmail.com and I will shoot you the link. We're not going to have no bullshit on there, no trolls. We're going to talk about elevation of self, consciousness, and also building relationships. Hot movie topic, Sounds of Freedom. Shout out to everybody who was involved with making that movie and bringing it to light. You know, that movie was actually, I believe, shot and done in 2019, and it was going to be distributed by Fox Studios. Fox was acquired by Disney. Disney shelved the movie, and it just recently was able to be released. And it has to make you wonder, why did they shelf Sounds of Freedom? Anything to me that's about protecting children should be top priority. And when you think about a network, or actually a company that represents children, Disney's at the top, right? Disney World, Disneyland, Mickey Mouse, the Seven Dwarfs. They should have pushed this movie right to the front. But these gentlemen had to get independent distribution to get the movie out to share this message. Check it out.
With this real wild plot that involves, drinking the blood of children and things like that.
No, he doesn't hide it at all. And you have a lot of people who are in this world of QAnon who say, oh, they don't know what that is. They've never heard of it. They're just asking questions. With somebody like Jim Caviezel, he is openly embracing it. He's openly using its catchphrases and its concepts. He's speaking at QAnon conventions. And this film is being marketed to either specific QAnon believers or to people who believe all of the same tenets as QAnon, but claim they don't know what it is.
And The Sound of Freedom does focus on a real issue of sex trafficking. But that theme, it's sort of like that kernel of truth that feeds the QAnon conspiracy theory. Tell us how those two things work together.
Sure. And the most durable and the most believable conspiracy theories are not entirely false. There's something in them that is true and the rest of it is false. But the believers point to the one true thing and they say, oh, you don't believe that this particular thing is true. In terms of child trafficking, we know trafficking is real. We know it has real victims. No one is denying that. But these films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites, and only people like Tim Ballard and only people like Jim Caviezel, and by extension, only people like the ticket buyer can help bring these trafficking rings down. So there's a very participatory element. You're not just going to see a movie, you're just killing 2 hours on a hot day. You are helping bring down these pedophile rings and save children. Now, it's not true, but it's a very comforting and it's a very warm feeling to have.
Now, when I hear this putz, this lame ass talking at CNN about QAnon and over-exaggerated numbers and conspiracies about children being exploited, sex trafficked, the kind of tracking and arresting of pedophiles, you're on some bullshit. All those people need to be caught, convicted, and put out the way for harming these kids, man. This man is doing the world a justice. They got markets like this all over the world, and like he said, 85,000 kids have crossed the border with no adult and somehow assimilated into the American system. Where are they?
You said innocent children, tens of thousands trafficked in the United States, organs, as you said, being harvested. And here's the reaction to the film about a real life individual, Tim Ballard, who rescues these children. Here's the takeaway from The Guardian. Sound of Freedom, the QAnon adjacent thriller seducing America. They go on to call it a paranoid new movie. What is your reaction when you hear a headline like that?
Well, I'm just so grateful that the people are showing up in theaters.
Yes.
I mean, we have a goal of 2 million people in theaters for 2 million children that will be trafficked this year, and we're very close to get to that goal. And this is amazing, and this is important because if we succeed in the in theaters, then the media is going to talk about this problem. Millions of people will know about this, because there's a lot of people that don't know that this is real. They think that this is too far from them. It's happening next door, behind your house. And the more people, if more people know about this problem, so there's no excuse anymore to say, "Oh, I didn't know." Well, now you know. What are you going to do? I'm focused.
The numbers of children being trafficked around the world are staggering. And they said one of the biggest markets is right here in America. If you're a parent and you're not upset by this, you're not mad, you're not ready to tear some shit up, you're a damn weenie, man. You're a damn weenie. All this push by these weirdos to try to normalize pedophilia, minor attracted people, nah, man, that's not the business, man. Kids need to be protected. And I'm for anybody who's down with the catch a predator situation. These children that have been rescued, who have went through these travesties, it's sad, man. It's sad that more is not being done, that this is not on the forefront of every front page. And for CNN to say that, what type of network says something like that? And then you see Netflix with the movie Cuties talking about it was an artistic movie. Do you see what they're doing, man? Do you see what they're doing to the children? How they're exploiting this bullshit? It's really something that pushes me over the edge, man, when I think about it. And who's orchestrating this shit? Who's behind putting together these marketplaces and these productions for these kids on the underground? Those people should have no mercy when they get caught. None whatsoever. I feel this is a movie every parent should go see and then sit back and have a conversation with their spouse about how they can do more to make sure their kids aren't caught up in a situation like this. And this is not something that's isolated. It's happening everywhere. And they actually have yards in the penitentiary where they have nothing but pedophiles on there. Well, majority of the yard is pedophiles. And you know what they look like? They look like that, that guy you see on the street, and you look at him, you say, man, he looked like a weirdo, man. He looked like one of them type of dudes. That's the type of guy that's in there. White, weird-looking guy that's into some sick shit. And I'm not saying they're all white, but there's a certain look with these guys. And this is coming straight from a homeboy who was up in there with a bunch of them. Weirdos, man. Very, very timid but geeky. They're into a lot of computer stuff, and they're not very they're not very manly when it comes to interacting with other adults. They're very recluse and almost introverted in a sense, the way they conduct themselves. And a lot of these guys had families. I asked my partner the other night, I'm like, dude, when you seen these cats, were they getting visits? He said, yeah, some of them had families with kids. I'm like, what? He said, yeah. I said, wow, this is crazy, man. He said, yeah, man. They in the feds. They in the feds at the lows. I never made it down to a low or a camp, but they at the lows and the camps. Yup. They're up in there. See, they get that kind of treatment. They get the camp treatment. They send all the drug dealers and you know, the brothers and the Hispanics, they send them to the USPs, but they send all the pedophiles to the lows and to the camps. I wonder why. If you've seen Sounds of Freedom and you have something to say about the movie, leave a comment, man. I'd like to get your opinion on it, and let me know what you think about this child exploitation situation going on around the world, man. How do you feel about that, man? It just makes me angry, man, that they prey on these kids who don't stand a chance in life, man, and how psychologically it just destroys a young person so they can never have a normal life. I'm speaking out about it, man. I don't care, man, as far as what other people think. I think it's something that I'm glad somebody's actually bringing it to the table for people to actually have a discussion about it. And we need to put it in the face of people everywhere. Big Herc 916. Hello, my name is Big Herc 916, and I'm with the Wash Your Ass Committee, and I'm traveling across America helping people wash their ass and get their booty holes clean. And I have with me here today Wash Your Ass Soap, and this one in particular is Butt Naked Scrub, but I also have Festival, Oatmeal Milk and Honey, Jamaican Me Crazy, Monkey Farts, and all these scents smell very good. They will help cleanse your body of funk and also make you feel better about yourself. So if you can go to BigHerc916.com, you can pick you up a bar. And my goal is to help America combat funk. Go to the Herc store at BigHerc916.com and pick you up a bar of soap so you can wash that ass, or pick you up some Never Settle for Average merch or some of the Muscleup Car Lifestyle merch. We have hats, Never Settle for Average, got the Muscleup t-shirts. We also have the Never Settle for Average tank tops. Got the Muscleup Car Lifestyle hoodies. Got the beanie caps. Hey man, represent. And I know you guys aren't average, so pick you up some swag and step your game up. Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.